Good morning. In case you haven't caught on yet, summer is definitely over and fall is definitely here, in case you didn't notice from the rainfall we've had in the last few days. Hope everybody's off to a great start in this looks to be very damp fall. A couple agents I want to welcome to our organization. Marty Templeton joined us here in the Eugene office. Marty came from the Prudential organization. Marty, we're thrilled to have you. Up in Corvallis, we have two new folks that have joined us. Michael Krasovsky. How'd I do, Michael? You can also call him Michael Kras. I've been rehearsing that for like 20 minutes, so I hope I did well, Michael. Michael Kras is in our Corvallis office, and also in our Corvallis office, joining us from Keller Williams, is Michael Youngie, who recently joined us in Corvallis as well. So welcome all three of you to RE/MAX. We're glad you're with us. This month's Marketing You postcard, as you can see here, is the Halloween pumpkins, a great thing to send to your sphere. So if you're part of Marketing You, that automatically goes out to your sphere. If you're not part of Marketing You, you might want to give Scott a call in the graphics department, extension 1515, and visit with him about getting part of Marketing You. The Halloween thing is a great, popular, redeemable for your clients, a great way to keep in touch with your clients. One thing that we provide here that I want to make sure everybody is aware of is what I'm calling a community donation thank you system. As you can see from the graphic up to my left here, or your right, I guess it would be, agents that want to, and any agents can do this, can sign up. You just sign up with your office administrator, and every time you have a closing, we at the office will send out a handwritten, hand-addressed card to your client, whoever we just closed the transaction with, the buyer or the seller, to their home with an insert card that thanks them for doing business with RE/MAX Integrity, and also lets them know that the agent they dealt with, you, made a financial contribution to whatever charity you want. So for instance, if you have the office make a deduction because you give to CASA out of your commission check, that would apply. But even if it's not CASA, and even if the office doesn't do the commission check, so for instance, in our Corvallis office, I know a lot of our associates up there give to the Boys and Girls Club. Even if it's not through the office, even if it's once a year you send a check, make sure to have the office administrator set you up. We'll get you a proof to look at. Automatically that goes out. It's a great way to show your clients that you're giving back to the community. And I want to stress, it isn't just for CASA or things that we deduct from your check. Even if you make it independently of your commission check, make sure to tap into that. There's no cost. We do that for you. And again, I think it's a really, really nice touch. It's a very classy card on some parchment paper, thanking them for doing business with RE/MAX Integrity and you as the individual associate, and recognizing the contribution you made on their behalf to the charity. So make sure to plug in to that. Speaking of benefits that I don't think a lot of us know anything about, in fact, I'd heard about this one, but I was talking to, I think it was Barbara Thomas I was talking to about this. She mentioned the RE/MAX Rewards program. RE/MAX has something called RE/MAX Rewards. So if you go to Main Street, which is remax.net, and you just go up in the right-hand corner where the little hourglass is and type in RE/MAX Rewards, it'll take you to the information. You're seeing a brief slide on it up on the side of me here. But what RE/MAX Rewards does, it lets you as associates of RE/MAX buy things at a discount, whether it's to buy computers, whether it's to buy gift certificates from local or national chains, whatever you want, you can buy it at a discount. You can also earn WOW points that they talk about, and those points, it's like a frequent buyer program. You can turn around and donate those points in the way of money to charity, buy things with it. Barbara was sharing to me that she buys, oftentimes they'll have ridiculously cheap gift certificates for like a steakhouse that are $50 gift certificates that you can buy for 20 bucks, and then she uses those as client gifts. Additionally, you can actually build a portal and let your clients know that they can go there to buy things. So you should check that out, RE/MAX Rewards. Whether you build the portal and have clients go there or not, you should at least know about it to buy all sorts of different things. Travel, Barbara was saying that they have travel deals, which I was not aware of at all. And they also email you different specials that come up. So check that out. There's no cost to you. It's a benefit of being with RE/MAX. That's RE/MAX Rewards. Again, go to remax.net to click on that. Upcoming events, October 24th, coming up in just a couple weeks. Terry Bradshaw is doing his Supercharge Your Career, very motivational, might even be emotional, I don't know. That is happening on the 24th. We're going to get you the locations for where it's going to be for each office. We're just finalizing those this week, so we'll have information coming on those. The Peak Producer class, that's a Brian Buffini class. I sent out an email, which many of you responded to, and thank you, to see what the interest level of is having a Buffini class in each office. And while there's enough to have a small Buffini class in each office, there isn't really enough to have a momentum going to do these classes. So what we decided to do is we're going to have one Buffini class this fall. It starts, as you can see, it starts on October 28th, and it runs for 13 weeks. Every meeting is going to be at the Albany office, and I know that a little travel for Eugene, it's 37 minutes. From Salem office, it's 22 minutes. From Corvallis, about 20-25 minutes. But they're going to be at the Salem office, which is right off of I-5, very convenient. But we're going to have a group of maybe 15 associates taking that. And I will tell you, I've been through a couple of these now. When there's more agents involved, it is so much better, because not only do you get Brian Buffini's energy, but you get the great ideas from each other. So please, if you've considered taking the Peak Producers, take that class. I'm going to be sending out an email that has the link that you click on to go ahead and pre-register for the class. You pre-register, pay your $395, which we'll talk about in just a minute, and you'll get your materials. If you're taking it for a second or third time, as many of you Buffiniites are, you don't need to pre-register. Just let me know you're coming to the class so we've got ready for seating. So again, that's going to be in the Albany Coaching Center starting October 28th. It's going to go from 9 to 10:30, an hour and a half each time. We'll have snacks up there and stuff so nobody starves to death. That way we get it done first thing in the morning. You can get back to work. The first week, October 28th through November 1st, we actually meet every day. And then it's just once a week for those next 12 weeks for a total of 13 weeks. So it is going to be a great class that takes you through the holiday season, which some of us can kind of get a little bit passive during the holiday season. Keeps you up and going. It'll end in early February. So a great class. I would strongly encourage you to take that. And as I do every time we offer Peak Producers, if you complete the class with 2 absences or less, I will reimburse you the full $395 for the class. I very much believe in this, and I don't think it's any coincidence. Out of our top 10 producers in our company, office system-wide in our 4 offices, 7 of those top 10 folks are involved in Buffini at some level. Not always paid coaching. Some have just gone to Peak Performers rather, where people are really embracing it. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to pay for coaching or do that, but it means you kind of embrace that Buffini. And again, the results speak for themselves. When 70% of our top 10 are involved in Buffini in one way or the other, I think that proves for itself that it absolutely works. Education going on this month. The RE/MAX business meeting, which is on the 1st, Tuesday the 1st. Craig McCurran, the appraiser, is going to be there. Probably by the time you're seeing this, he's already been there, so hopefully that went well. Coming up in Salem on the 15th, Rob Lowe. Rob's been an attorney up in the Salem area for years and years. Rob's doing a roundtable for us. That'll have an education hour up in Salem, as did the Eugene office meeting. Albany and Corvallis on the 2nd of October, I'm doing my annual business planning classes. We usually do those in November, but since the Corvallis Albany office doesn't meet in November because of the holiday in there with Thanksgiving, we're doing that October 22nd. You'll be getting more information and a little homework assignment on that coming up. Wanted to remind everybody, if you haven't been contacted by a staff member, you will be, because we're transitioning from our Delta Media sites all to the remax.com agent-provided websites. If you haven't been contacted, don't panic. Over the next 30 days, we're migrating to that. We're going to help you make sure that your photo's updated on that, all your links. If your URL address is pointed to your old Delta site, it'll point to the new site. So again, we're not going to have a big class to go over. We're going to meet with you one-on-one and make sure everybody gets transitioned over so you can get your questions answered. So you'll be getting contacted by a staff member if you haven't already. I know some folks have. Great idea of the month. I heard this last week when I was up in Alderbrook for the broker owner manager at a resort during a broker owner manager conference. They were saying how some of their associates are going back to old internet leads. This would also include old Lead Street leads. Old internet leads that are dead and gone, or they thought were dead and gone, actually going back through those buyer leads and seller leads, because some of those buyers may have come out of a short sale, may have had a problem with their credit, couldn't buy. A couple things have happened. First of all, more time's gone on, so their credit may be repaired. And also with FHA as well as conventional lending standards starting to offer a little more leeway with folks that had short sales under certain conditions, not having to wait a full 2 years before you can get a new loan, that happening inside of a year. Again, certain conditions, but the lending has come around on that. Also, those short sale folks that may have been underwater a year ago on one of those old leads may not be underwater now. So go back to your old internet leads, whether it's Zillow leads, whether it's Lead Street leads, whatever it is. Kind of take some time to recall those folks and see if you can get a buyer or two out of it, or a seller. The trivia question winner from last month was Brent Cole, and it really wasn't a trivia question. It was, what do you do in your business that's helped your business in the last year? And Brent's Brent's response, Brent meets with the same group of people, I assume guys, I started to say guys, but that may not be true, at local businesses around Eugene, which is the office Brent's in, and they play, it might be a card game, it might be cribbage or whatever, once a week, and Brent kind of rotates it around to different, whether it's a brew pub or restaurant here in town where he knows the owner, so it's a great way of networking, and I think Brent's father, Howdy, who I've known forever and ever, I know Howdy always takes someone different to lunch once a week, and he networks, and it's kind of a variation on that. Brent apparently drinks beer during it, where Howdy probably didn't do that. He probably had salad, but whatever. But the whole concept, I think, is to network with people, and I thought that's a great idea where Brent, he's not only networking with the people he's socializing with, but he's also supporting that local business as well. So good job with that, Brent. So Brent will go in the drawing that we're going to do the first at our annual business meeting in January for an all-expense-paid trip to the Vegas convention. And this month's trivia question, which we aren't going to know who won until about the day of our annual meeting, but email me with your answers and we will discover who that winner is in January. For 2013, what do you think the total amount of commissions earned by our agents are going to be? So we've got our 4 offices for 2013. What do you think the total amount of commissions earned that came into RE/MAX Integrity is going to be? So there's your challenge for now. I hope you have a great day and try to stay afloat. Talk to you soon.